Hello?
Promise. Is it on now?
See the vice president?
Yeah. That's right.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we announce the arrival of His Excellency Professor Osinbajo, SAN, GCOM, Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. It's also my honor and privilege to announce the arrival of His Excellency Nyesom Wike, Grand Commander of the Niger, Grand Service Star of River State, Power of Sports Africa, the Governor of River State. It's also my honor and privilege to announce the arrival of His Excellency Senator Godswill Akpabio, Commander-Admiral of the Niger, two-time Governor of Ikwerre State, former Minority Leader of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and Common Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, and the Supervising Minister of the Niger Delta Development Commission. Can we please put our hands together for them? We also acknowledge in our midst the Honorable Minister of Police Affairs. You are welcome, sir. We also have in our midst the Inspector General of Police, IGP Alkali Baba Usman, PAC Daga. You are welcome, sir. Thank you very much. May we all sit down. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to invite Pastor Chukwugoziem Onyawe, Provincial Pastor, Redeemed Christian Church of God, to come and lead us in the opening prayer. Pastor Chukwugoziem Onyawe. The Provincial Pastor, Redeemed Christian Church of God, for opening prayer.
Praise the Lord. Shall we please honor the most excellent of excellencies by standing on our feet? To God be the glory, great things He has done. So loved He the world that He gave us His Son, who yielded His life and atonement for sin, and open the life gate that all may go in. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord, let the earth hear His voice. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord, let the people rejoice. rejoice. Oh, come to the Father through Jesus the Son, and give him the glory, great things he has done. Authority in heaven, the Father of our Lord and our Savior Jesus Christ, the creator of all things, both seen and unseen, the one who is seated up in heaven and the whole earth is his footstool, and underneath are his everlasting arms. Your word says the earth is the Lord's, the fullness thereof, Nigeria and all those that dwell therein. We thank you for today. It is by your mercy that we all are here today. Thank you for journey mercies for all those who traveled. Thank you for safety and protection over all who were participating in this program. Father, please accept our thanks in Jesus' name. Lord, we commit this event into your hands. We are reminded of what happened in Genesis chapter 13, the last verse, when Abraham had an encounter with you in the plains of Mamre. He raised an altar, and 100 years later, when his son came to that place, he had an encounter with you. As we commission this place today, and as we invite your presence here, we ask that your presence will fill this place, that no one here will go without having an encounter with your presence. And we pray that everyone that will inhabit this place in years to come, when they come in here, they will have an encounter with you. We commit all that we shall do into your hands. We ask that you will superintend by your Holy Spirit. And we declare this meeting open in the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. As you have brought all of us here, at the end of this event, take us back to our destinations. In Jesus' name, we have prayed. Amen.
Thank you very much. We'll please put our hands together for Pastor Chigozie Onyawe for that opening prayer. Your Excellencies, may we have the cultural display now. Your Excellencies, before the cultural display, permit me to acknowledge in our midst the presence of His Excellency Dr. Mrs. Ibalebo Hari Banigo, Deputy Governor, Rivers State. Cultural display, are they ready?
Let me just write the name of that minister in case of any other thing you need to mention. Protection unit. This yes. Yeah, because this is the more or less. Yeah, just that key. Because it's more like
very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. May we please put our hands together for them. Now I invite the Omolo Women Association host community to this project. Please come and welcome His Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and our amiable Governor, His Excellency, Chief Ezemonye Sonwike. 5 minutes, please. 5 minutes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, the beautiful women of Omolo community, host communities to this project. Thank you. Thank you very much. May we please put our hands together for them for that beautiful presentation. Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, to give us his welcome address, it's my honor and privilege to invite the Interim Administrator, Chief Executive Officer of the Niger Delta Development Commission, Dr. Ifeanyi Akwa, to come and give us his welcome address. Dr. Ifeanyi Akwa is a fellow, Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, a fellow, Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria. He's also a solicitor and advocate of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. May we put our hands together for the Interim Administrator, Chief Executive Officer of the Niger Delta Development Commission. Thank you.
The President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, here ably represented by the Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, GCON, SAN, the Governor of Rivers State, Governor Nyesom Wike, Commander of the Order of the Niger, GSSRS, that's the Grand Service Star of the River State, Deputy Governor, the Honorable Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, the Uncommon Minister, His Excellencies, Senator Dr. Godswill Akpabio, CON, the Minister of Police Affairs who is here present, who is here in person, the Honorable Minister of State, Niger Delta Affairs, Senator Alasho Adura, the Chairman of the Senate Committee on NDDC, Distinguished Senator Peter Nwaboshi, the able Chairman of the House Committee on NDDC, Honorable Tunji Olubimi Ojo. May I plead Your Excellencies to kindly allow me rest on the protocol that has been creditably and ably established by the Master of Ceremony. Permit me, Your Excellency, to begin by expressing gratitude to the Almighty God for this great event. Today's commissioning represents NDDC's contribution to the security agenda of President Muhammadu Buhari-led administration. May I therefore respectfully welcome the Commander-in-Chief, Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, here very ably represented by the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, SAN, GCON, as well as other distinguished stakeholders and guests to the commissioning of this 5-star facility for security personnel, which represents yet another achievement of the Niger Delta Development Commission under the inspired direction of Mr. President and the Honorable Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Senator Godswill Akpabio. The facility we are unveiling today consists of administrative block, including a gatehouse and total of 64 units of accommodation. These units include the Commander's residence, the Second-in-Command's residence, and 64-bedroom flat and other ancillary facilities totaling, in terms of total facilities here we have 68 flats. NDDC, it may interest you to note that NDDC awarded these contracts for various components of these projects, broken down into 6 lots in the year 2012. That's almost 10 years. Although work progressed to different milestones, the projects were later stalled and abandoned for about 10 years because contractors were not paid in respect of certified interim payment certificates duly earned. And so when I visited this site, this project site, over some 6 months ago or so, I discovered that it was overgrown with grass. Robbers and criminals found a safe haven for themselves, and because the place had been abandoned for that number of years. All the 6 contractors were owed on jobs earlier executed and not paid. We had no moral justification as an agency of government to compel them back to site because some of them were being owed. Facilities on ground were being vandalized. The few ones we had were pulled away. The roofs were leaking. And after the visit, we met at top management level with myself and over 40 directors that work in NDDC. We took a decision that this project must be brought to an end. We need to complete this project. And thereafter, we assigned Barrister George Ero, the director of NDDC in River State. He took care of the project and did the supervision, a very able supervision, which he did. We had to recalibrate our strategies, our financial strategies. We did a lot of planning because we discovered that in the midst of challenges, we had very little income coming in from the oil companies that were very reluctant to remit their funding as provided for under Section 14 sub 2 of the NDDC Act. Most of them gave various excuses for their inability to remit their funds. Even the federal allocations we received occasionally, federal allocations were also we had shortfalls in federal allocation. In the midst of all this, we saw challenges. Yes, we have to settle outstanding debts. We have to meet recurrent obligations, pay staff salaries. We have to carry out emergency interventions where they become almost inevitable. We have to execute new projects. And in the midst of this, we had a presidential directive from the President of Nigeria that we must, through the Honorable Minister, we must revisit and complete abandoned projects that have direct impact on the lives of the people. So it took a lot of courage, a lot of sacrifice, and purposeful leadership. That is why I am thankful to the President of Nigeria. In spite of the distractions, in spite of agitations by few politicians, he was telling us to march forward. I also thank the Honorable Minister of Niger Delta Affairs. Every time you meet with him, you have to go there with reports. He will ask you what is the latest. How far have you gone with so-so projects? He wants to know. He will not take no for an answer. So we took in this, and we knew that this is a task that has to be done. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, may I respectfully announce to you that this is part of NDDC's intervention nationally. We have intervened in the area of education, scholarships, various university scholarships. We have provided science equipment to institutions of higher learning. We have, under health, we have built hospitals. Some of them are in various stages of completion. Occasionally, we donate vaccines to all the 9 states of the Niger Delta. Under the corporate social responsibility, we occasionally donate waste disposal trucks and other things, undertake corporate social responsibility as they become necessary. We do water projects, electricity projects. As I speak to you, there's a massive electricity project in Ondo that has been abandoned, which the minister has given us a marching order that this project has to be completed and delivered as part of the achievement of this administration. With the risk ongoing, Your Excellency, as we speak to you, job is at an advanced stage at the Federal University of Uyo. We have completed we are building, and we have done 98% completion of a 1,000 bed space facility, which I know as a distinguished academic, you will be very happy to go in there and commission the project a few weeks from now. Your Excellency, this event, the event of today, is a clear manifestation of the Commission's commitment in fostering the relationship that exists between the Niger Delta and the various security agencies. This intervention, in our estimation, will undoubtedly help in improving the security in River State, especially in the vicinity in this locality that we are. And it will equally add value to the economic and social life of the neighboring communities, particularly in this Ikwerre Local Government Area. This project also, may I respectfully announce to you and all our visitors here, that this project also forms part of President Muhammadu Buhari's contribution to addressing the over 17 million deficit in the housing subsector of Nigeria. If you read the United Nations program report on habitat, they will tell you Nigeria has a deficit of over 17 million houses. And so if you want to quantify this financially, you discover that the housing subsector in Nigeria has a value that almost doubles that of the information communication technology, the ICT sector. And so this is one giant step of Mr. President in this direction. Let me place on record, I won't end this address. Let me place on record all the supports received from the Ikwerre Local Government Area and the performing governor of River State, His Excellency Chief Barrister Yesam Wike, GCON, GSSRS, and POSA. I was asking somebody yesterday the meaning of POSA. They said this title means the pillar of sports in Africa. Your Excellency, we want to thank you, sir. We want to thank the entire people of Ikwerre Local Government Area for the support. Nobody was kidnapped in this atmosphere, and our workers were not intimidated. I want to thank you for a job well done. I want to thank you, engineer, my good friend. Once again, I welcome our distinguished guests and urge our various stakeholders to continue to support our efforts to bring rapid development to our oil-rich region, while we continue to work in synergy with all major stakeholders to ensure that we realize our dreams. And let me thank you all for attending this ceremony, and may God bless all of you. Thank you, and thank you.
Thank you very much, the Interim Administrator, Chief Executive Officer of the Niger Delta Development Commission. Can we please give him another round of applause? Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I now invite the Inspector General of Police, IGP Akali Baba Usman, PSC Daga, to come and give us his goodwill message. Will you please put our hands together for the Inspector General of Police? Thank you very much. Can we please put our hands together?
Your Excellency, the President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, ably represented by the Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, GCFR, SAN. His Excellency, Chief Nyeso Nweke, GOCN, GSTS, POS Africa. His Excellency, Dr. Mrs. Banigo, the Deputy Governor of River State. His Excellency, Senator Dr. Godwill Avabio, the Honorable Minister of Niger Delta. The Honorable Minister, Ministry of Police Affairs, Alaji Maigari Dengiade. Distinguished Senator Peter Nwabushi, Senate Committee on Niger Delta. All other members of the Senate and the House that are present here. The service chiefs led by the military, police, and other safety and security agents present here. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am highly elated to attend this landmark event, which marks the commissioning of the office complex and barracks accommodation for personnel of the Special Protection Unit, SPU, of the Nigeria Police Force in Harcourt, Rivers State. This project, which was initiated, executed, and completed by the Niger Delta Development Commission, is significant to the Nigeria Police and indeed the country in many ways. Firstly, it is a legacy project which is the first massive and purpose-building facility for the SPU since the creation of the unit in 2009. Secondly, the project demonstrates the commitment of the leadership of Niger Delta Development Commission to supporting the Nigeria Police Force and the federal government in enhancing the capacity of the Nigeria Police Force to achieve its internal security operations mandate, particularly in the Niger Delta region. Thirdly, this facility will enhance the administrative and the operational efficiency of the SPU in Rivers State and the adjoining that their operations cover. By this project, the NDDC has made a very bold and clear statement that the agency is not just out to be on the sideline, but to take the bull by the horn and support the federal government in addressing critical infrastructure deficits, which impacts on the optimal operational efficiency of the Nigeria Police Force. It is therefore my expectation that other public and private institutions, as well as well-meaning citizens, will draw on this lesson towards committing to supporting the Nigeria Police Force. This is more so that we are just recovering from the devastating effect of NSAS protests, which witnessed the massive destruction of critical police assets by ill-guided citizens. Your Excellency, one of my policing action plans is the development of model police stations and facilities. This plan is intended to align all divisions and other facilities to modern dictates in terms of architectural concept and quality of items therein. Within this context, the architectural quality of this new edifice, which we are commissioning now, is considered qualitative enough for us to adopt as a model that could be replicated across the remaining SPU bases in the country. I, however, trust that the NDDC will be kind and generous enough to support us in replicating the construction of this model in other SPU bases within the Niger Delta region under a phased project implementation process. On this note, I wish to immensely and especially thank the Honorable Minister of Niger Delta Affairs and the management of NDDC for conceptualizing and providing the requisite fund for the successful execution of this magnificent project. I wish to also assure that as this facility is being handed over to us today, we will strive to in place a maintenance protocol which will sustain the beauty of this asset. As often said, to whom much is given, much more is expected. Accordingly, having done this much for us, you can be assured of an enhanced quality security service delivery by the SPU personnel that will utilize the facility, and I will commit myself to ensuring that I personally monitor not just the conduct of officers who have been blessed with this beautiful edifice, but also their maintenance culture. May I at this juncture thank the Vice President, Professor Osinbajo, for his attendance and particularly for being a strong force in the drive to reform and modernize the Nigeria Police Force. In this regard, I wish to acknowledge the critical role of Your Excellency in the ongoing Presidential Committee on Need Assessment of National Security Requirements, which is currently taking a holistic view of the needs of the Nigeria Police Force and other security agencies. This unprecedented initiative by the federal government is aimed at comprehensively addressing operational and logistic challenges that have been inhibiting our efficiency. I am confident that the outcome of this process by the presidency will change the narrative of policing in Nigeria. May I also acknowledge the presence of the Honorable Minister of Police Affairs for his support in witnessing this ceremony personally. On this note, it shall be my singular honor to take possession of this edifice and to direct the immediate commencement of police operations therein. I thank you all for your attention and pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will continue to secure our beloved nation. God bless and thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, IGP. Can we please put our hands together for the Inspector General of Police for that very beautiful speech. Thank you very much, sir. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I invite to give us his goodwill message Honorable Mitunju Ojo, House Committee Chairman on the Niger Delta Development Commission. May we please put our hands together for him as he comes to give us a goodwill message. Thank you very much, sir. Please, can we please put our hands together for him as he comes to the stage?
Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by the most educated, urban, exposed, intelligent Vice President in the history of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, the Governor of Rivers State, the man that symbolizes everything good about the Niger Delta, His Excellency Chief Yesom Wike, Mr. Project. Your Excellency, Senator Godswill Obota-Pabio, former Minority Leader of the Senate, a man that the National Assembly has borrowed to the Executive, and we hope very soon maybe we'll take him back in the National Assembly, Senator Apabio. And this Minister of State of Niger Delta Affairs, distinguished Senator Tayo Alashadura, my own minister representing the great, vibrant people of Ondo State. The Deputy Governor of Rivers State, the Minister of Police Affairs, and the performing Inspector General of Police. The PAMSEC, Ministry of Niger Delta Affairs, and the Senate Chairman, Senate Committee on Niger Delta Affairs, distinguished Senator Peter Nwaboshi, the performing magical Managing Director, Interim Administrator of the NDDC, Dr. Akwa Effiong. All protocols duly observed. A couple of months ago, we were gathered to commission the headquarters of the Niger Delta Development Commission here in Port Harcourt, after 21 years of dilly-dally. Today, we are here to inaugurate yet another facility, Nigeria Police Barracks Special Protection Unit, SPU. It won't be out of place to say the mandate for which the NDDC was established is gradually being fulfilled, and this remains unprecedented. This also goes a long way to tell us that we can achieve what we are set out to achieve if we design and pursue a deliberate path towards its fulfillment. The inauguration of the new police quarters, a facility built by the NDDC, is another huge milestone for our people. Today, we are here to commission a facility which consists of an administrative block, an armory, gatehouse, underground cell, and 66 units of accommodation made up of the commandant's residence, second in command's residence, and 64 one-bedroom flats. This is historic, and we are grateful to Almighty God for the opportunity to herald this great feat. Our mandate within the NDDC states is simple. It is to judiciously use the commonwealth of our people for the overall advancement of all. In doing this, at all level, in the Ninth Assembly, we have deliberately ensured the prioritization of the basic needs of the people, availing them the much needed dividends of a transparent, accountable, and diligent commission. And the result of this is what we are seeing today. I would like to appreciate the sincerity of a man who has served where many crumbled. A man during whose tenure we've seen transformation and uncommon development. Ladies and gentlemen, let us appreciate and applaud the commitment of President Muhammadu Buhari. This is not to say we have arrived at our destination, but today we can dream of greater things in the Niger Delta. I also want to appreciate the Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, under whose leadership has been one commissioning or the other, and we hope very soon East-West Road will become a reality. I want to appreciate also the Minister of State and the sole administrator of the NDDC, Dr. Effiong Akwa, who understands the purpose of his calling at this significant but critical time in the history of the Niger Delta. He has carried the burden of the entire 9 states of the region upon himself and has continued to seek means to better the lot of the people. A new era is being heralded in the Niger Delta, and I can reassure you that the new NDDC is renewing the confidence of Niger Deltans in government seriousness to bring development to the communities. I do also strongly believe that this particular project will further boost the morale of the police in the maintenance of law and order in the society. If there are the people who have endured hardship, underdevelopment, distress and suffering over the years, look no further, is written upon our faces in the Niger Delta. But we are the generation that will toil the path of redemption and the path of change. Thank you, the people of the Niger Delta, for giving us the opportunity to effect change at this point in time. I also want to appreciate everyone here present, most especially, without playing politics, the governor of Rivers State. A man, I said it when we came for oversight. The infrastructure going on in Rivers State is unparalleled. And for once, I have to say this publicly, he has given us a reason to believe that the Niger Delta can actually work. Thank you, Governor Wike. I am of APC, but I say thank you. Thank you, Governor Wike. I also want to appreciate everyone here present today for being part of our success story. You have all written your names on the good side of our collective history book. I'm proud of your contributions and achievements. I can assure you all that with our continual synergy and cooperation, regardless of political divide, we will continue to collectively build more developmental projects in the Niger Delta. May Niger Delta live long. May Nigeria get better. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, erudite Honorable Bumitunji Ojo, House Committee Chairman on NDDC. Can we please put our hands together for him? Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's also my honor to invite, for another short goodwill message, the Chairman Senate Committee on Niger Delta, distinguished Senator Peter Amaboshe. Will we please put our hands together for him as he comes?
Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. My dear brother and friend of many years, the Governor of Rivers State, I greet you. Distinguished senators here present, both serving and not serving. By this I mean the two ministers. They are non-serving senators, but they are senators. The Inspector General of Police, Mr. Vice President, please allow me to stand on the existing protocol. Ordinarily, when I came in here and I saw the protocol, I had nothing for people from the National Assembly. I was very happy because the program is very clear. But my position became worse as I sat down here and I given news that I lost a constituent, I lost somebody very close to me, Justice Osage of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. Is my constituent in whom we are well pleased. But I just have to speak for the sake of speaking. Mr. Vice President, on behalf of the Senate, and on behalf of the good people of Niger Delta, I want to congratulate the management of this NDDC and to thank everybody that is here for coming. I feel very deep and pained to speak at this function, and I'll ask you to excuse me. Congratulations, and may God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Samuel. Please put our hands together for him. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's also my privilege to invite to give us his remarks His Excellency, the Uncommon Minister of the Ministry of Niger Delta Affairs, the Supervising Minister of the Niger Delta Development Commission, a two-time Governor of Akwa Ibom State, a former minority leader of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Senator Dr. Godswill Obod-Ababio, a leader so compassionate, and the man that has pushed the Niger Delta Development Commission to greater heights. You are welcome, Your Excellency.
To God be the glory. Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, today here represented by his deputy, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, of course a very erudite speaker, a learned senior advocate of Nigeria, senior advocate of politics, Professor Osinbajo. Let me also salute the presence of His Excellency Governor Nyesom Wike, the Governor of Rivers State, and his deputy, Mrs. Banigo. Your Excellency, I thank you for being here also. I will not join others who are lobbying you to come over to the APC, because we have enough problems in the APC to add more. But we are happy that everybody spoke so well about you. Of course, my colleagues, the Minister of Police Affairs, the Minister of State for Niger Delta, our dear Inspector General of Police, the Permanent Secretary, and other senior officials of government, I thank all of you. For the NDDC, the Interim Administrator, Mr. Ikwerre, thank you for doing a difficult job well. The good people of Ikwerre, I thank you for being very peaceful and also for supporting the efforts of the NDDC. The good people of Niger Delta, I thank you for being patient. I recall many years ago when I was a governor and there was small trouble in the Niger Delta. I asked why. They said for many years since 1956, when oil was discovered in a library, that the federal government had always said that plans were in the pipeline to make sure that the Niger Delta producing oil developed even more than Las Vegas in the United States of America. But after waiting for over 30, 35 years, the Jews became restive and decided to bring out the plans from the pipeline. So they started breaking the pipelines, and that led to the militancy. I thank you that now you are seeing the reality. The plans are coming out. The plans are coming out. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. And I think this one is even the second step. The first step, Your Excellency, was the commissioning of the 25-year-old edifice being the headquarters of the NDDC. 13 stories and another four stories ancillary buildings. Both of them were started many years ago, I think 1995 or 96 or thereabout. But under this administration, the President gave us marching orders, like the MD said, that you must ensure that all projects that can touch the lives of the people are completed. Yes, the National Assembly has been a great support to what we are doing here today, because without them, it would not have been possible. So for the Chairman, Senate Committee, sorry about your loss. I know you have another time to speak. And of course, my brother, the Chairman of the House Committee, I also thank you for being here, and all other members of the National Assembly. I still belong to you. When you say past and serving, I'm still serving. So, and I know, sir, Mr. President, we will invite you almost every month to commission one project or the other, done by the Niger Delta Development Commission. I think times have changed, and you must see the change. And for the elders, I've seen a lot of our traditional fathers, including the Mayanabo of Opobo and others who are here. I salute all the traditional rulers. Your concerns are being met. You have always been very concerned about the lack of development in the Niger Delta region. And I think slowly by slowly we are getting to a point where every kobo will count in the NDDC. Things have changed. In fact, if you even going towards the building, you see that it has changed. For instance, in almost 13 years, they did not connect light to 167 Abad Road, the former headquarters of the NDDC that was rented. They did not and it wouldn't have cost even up to 50 million to connect light, to connect that place to the national grid. But they had to leave it because it was more profitable to give out contracts in millions for diesel, 24 hours a day, for so many years, for over a decade. But all those things are changing, because now we can free money to go into other developmental areas. Very soon, sir, like they mentioned, we have a big project that we would like you to also commission for us, Mr. President. And that is the 132 kVA substation that is being done in Ondo South. For 14 years now, so many communities there, at least 5 local governments, they don't have light. They are not connected to the national grid. But the NDDC started that project over 11 years ago and abandoned also. And I assure you that before the end of November this year, Mr. President will again be invited to go and commission it. And the people will have cause to smile. So for me, I don't believe in much talk, because I believe that I'm a lawyer. We say res ipsa loquitur. The act speaks for itself. Don't look at the number of flats here. There are maybe about 66 or thereabout. But the important thing is that the police now, who are working in the SPU units in River State, have a place to come back home and rest, and then do their work well. Because, of course, they are doing everything possible to ensure the peace of this region, together with other security agencies. And today, I can proudly say that the Niger Delta region is the most peaceful region in Nigeria today. Can you clap for yourselves? So I must also give special kudos to our youths, who have not only embraced peace, but are very determined to ensure development. That is why there was no single incident of kidnapping, no harassment, nothing. The Ikwerre community here cooperated with the contractors here, and some of the women were cooking corn, bringing free to distribute, and they gave them palm wine, all sorts of things, to show the new change in the Niger Delta region. So I thank the Ikwerre community. And I thank the good people of Niger Delta for this. Somebody has mentioned the East-West Road. Be rest assured that the structure you see there as East-West Road will soon change. I have assured you, and Mr. President has said so, that everything will be done to ensure the completion of that road. It started in 2006, and as usual, it is a vowed commitment to ensure that no project that will benefit Nigerians is left undone in his administration. He has assured all Niger Deltans that everything will be done to ensure the completion of the East-West Road. From Warri in Efurum all the way to Oron, the most dangerous part right now is the Eleme Junction. And the governor of Rivers said, if we delayed at all, because you were touching a lot of federal projects, we thought you would touch that area. But since you have neglected to touch that area, we assure you that we are already on the road. Our city has started work, and very soon, I'm sure you were leaving that one so that you will use it to focus. But then, I'm assuring you that we are going to disappoint you, because we are going to complete that East-West Road, and on time. So let me say that the Inspector General of Police, to whom much is given, much is expected. Continue to do your best to assist the government of Rivers State to ensure the security of lives and properties in this area. In the NDDC, we have just completed the forensic audit, which I submitted to the President of Nigeria through the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation. I'm sure through that audit, we are going to recover a lot of money that will be put for the development of the people. And of course, people thought that the audit was a joke, but eventually it has been completed. It wasn't an easy task, but we did it. And then, of course, we discovered that abandoned projects in the region were about 13,777. You can imagine the number. Now, I don't want to blame anybody because this is the time for action. Of the 13,777 projects, we'll look at the ones that we can complete for the benefit of the people. And I assure you that they will be completed for your benefit within this tenure or even after. But then we are now on course. The NDDC cannot be the same again. People saw it as a cash cow and a place to go and make money for electoral purposes. All that has changed. So it's with great delight that I thank Mr. President for making these events possible. And then, of course, I thank the Vice President of Nigeria for being physically present. And I thank Your Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State, because you are not yet in APC, I will not call you a performing governor. But the moment you come, I will call you a performing governor. So I thank you for being personally present here, and also with your deputy. I know that even the praises we are heaping on you today show clearly that you are in the wrong direction. So it's time for you to come to where you are being appreciated. So I thank you so much for your presence here. My colleague, the Minister of State for Niger Delta, Tayo Alashadura, I thank you so much. And of course, the Minister of Police Affairs, my dear brother, I also thank you so much for being here. And then for the Nigerian police, be assured that what NSAS destroyed, all of us, through prayers, will collectively bring back to you. But may the souls of your colleagues who have lost their lives in the performance of the duties of ensuring protection of lives and properties rest in perfect peace. So, Your Excellency, this is where I will end, because we have a lot of things to commission. We have completed about 77 routes under the NDDC, even though we have not given out a single contract yet. These are things that were abandoned in the past. I recall one in our elder statesman's place, Chief Edwin Clark. If you go there, almost paved like this, surrounding his environment, his house, about 11 kilometers all around. But I don't know why people are not talking about these things. But eventually they will talk. In the Niger Delta ministry itself, we've done so much. And we have sometimes up to 35 kilometers completed roads and all that. We are not making noise because the Niger Delta region had been neglected in the past. And so it needs so much development that whatever you bring out looks like a drop of water in an ocean. But be rest assured that this is a giant step forward. And I'm also involved. And that means that God Almighty will assist us to bring uncommon transformation to Niger Delta. May God take you back uncommonly and ensure that the dividends of democracy reach each and every one of you in Jesus' name. Thank you.
The uncommon minister, the uncommon transformer of the region, may we please put our hands together for him. Thank you, Honorable Minister, Minister of Niger Delta Affairs. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to invite to give us his address a leader of leaders, a man all of us who want to listen to. Commander out of the Niger, the Grand Service Star, the power of sports in Africa, a lover of his people, His Excellency Nyesom Wike, Governor, River State. May we please put our hands together for him.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, ably represented by Mr. Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, distinguished senators and members of the National Assembly that are here, the former governor of Ikwerre State, the administrator of NDDC and management team, the Inspector General of Police, service commanders that are here, Commissioner of Police, River State, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I thought we came fully to commission this project. I didn't know that former Governor Akpabio will turn it a political rally. But let the record be straight. I prefer to stay where there is malaria than to go to where there is cancer. Former Governor, malaria is treatable. Cancer at 4th stage, you are likely to die. So I don't want to die now. So I'm very comfortable to remain where Nigerians have hope. Mr. Vice President, this is my first time of attending what NDDC is doing. I have never attended anything. In fact, I don't know who gave out the information. Just 7 months ago, I have decided to take over this property for security reasons. I'm sure that somebody must have told the interim head that, look, better than complete those projects that the governor is about taking them over. You see, this is the problem in Nigeria. Look at a project like this that was awarded 2011-12. 10 years after is when we are commissioning it. This project shouldn't last more than a year. It shouldn't last. Why? The minister has told us here that over 13,000 projects abandoned. Why would they not be abandoned? A project without conceptualization, projects that are being done politically, projects without no funding. Why will it not was just telling the Vice President there, and thank God the Minister of Niger Delta said that it will be different altogether. NDDC has been a cash cow for politicians. Cash cow for politicians. You will see competition who will be MD. You will see competition who will be ED Finance, ED Project. Why? These are people that will make sure money is available for politics. You have portfolio contractors from Abuja. Every now and then the MD will be running to Abuja to seek from the office of RGF, from the presidency before, which contract to award, when they are not even contractors. But once they pay the first thought, all of them will just abandon it. Let nobody say that the problem of NDDC is only of Niger Delta. No. The problem of NDDC is entire Nigeria. You have the Abuja problem and you have the Niger Delta problem. So now they have promised us that you are going to change to make sure that NDDC will work. Let them work. Let them work. You see competition in National Assembly. Which of the projects will be included in the NDDC budget? You see the ministers powerful. I was one of those who lobbied for you to be MD. If you lobby for me to be MD, should I not do the work? I should be able to do the work. And you'll be happy for making me the MD. I'm not doing the work and carrying the money to come and give you. Look at the interim administrator. Even if he leaves that office today, he will touch his man and say, look, I'm happy while I was in charge there. See what I have done. Anywhere you are, whatever opportunity you may have, try to use it that time for the happiness of the people. Can't you say your face is shining? So, the only problems I have with the NDDC, no synergy with the states. I took NDDC to court and we defeated them. How? You enter in somebody's state, you don't even know the development plan of the state. You start distorting the development plan of the state. The road you want to do is not your road. You won't realize with the state and say, look, what project do you want in this state? If you ask all the 9 states in the Niger Delta, say state A, what kind of project do you want NDDC to execute? We are not interested in who will be the contractor. Our interest is that we are synergizing with you so that you don't repeat those things we are doing. Sometimes you go into our schools, you begin to build 6 classroom block, another person's school. I mean, how do you go to somebody's school without his permission? You begin to go to health centers to build. Who told you that is our priority? So time has come that you must synergize with the states. Let us leave this politics. The governor of Rivers State is PDP. The governor of Ikwerre is PDP. The governor of Delta is PDP. The governor of Edo is PDP. So, forget them. If you say forget them, you are doing more harm to the people. Mr. President, let me first of all report that there is no collaboration we have had with the NDC that they have completed one. The Mother and Child Hospital, we are supposed to have collaborated with NDDC. We brought our own part of the money. NDDC didn't bring it down. Okay, refund us our money that you are holding. It was a war. Thank God they know if they didn't pay what the problem will look like. And they paid back that money. Now, the headquarters, where they are now, Mr. Minister, you are here, you and the MD. You told me in Government House that you partner with the state government, that you are going to bring 2.5 billion the state government will bring 2.5 billion for the dualization of the Eastern bypass. As I speak, you have not brought 1 naira. Meanwhile, the road is almost 95% ready. If you don't pay, I will make sure you won't use that road to your headquarters. Because, yes, I'm not there for a Christmas. Yes. Yes, because, you see, forget the fact that you have built this one for police. IG will not send police to support you that day. Because I'm going to be the one that will need to block that road. Because you must fulfill what you have promised. You cannot make us to go into that kind of project and then you are withdrawing. Last night I asked you, it says in the budget. Which budget? Which budget? So, Mr. President, please tell the Minister of Niger Delta to tell NDDC to pay their own counterpart fund of 2.5 billion. Don't promise and run away. It is not good. And that is what, well, Mr. President, I don't want to say that. Because I thought it's about the alone. I would have told him something. See, we want to commend this interim board for realizing that every administration is a continuum. For not awarding new projects, but to complete the ones you have seen there. When I came in 2015, all the projects awarded by the previous administration, I completed all of them. Because it's public fund. It's public fund. It's not a question of who awarded. That is not the point. It's who finished it. Just like you finished the international airport. We started it under Akpabio when he was in PDP. All the performance Akpabio claimed he did, was it under which party? Akpabio became, Akpabio became an uncommon governor under where? Is he an uncommon minister now? No. It's not. It's not. So, you know, so it is the right time for you to come back where you became uncommon. This is the right time for you. Since you left, you have lost all that position. So today's the right day for you to make that decision. And I know as you're sitting down now, I know you will take a decision today. Let me thank the IG. I don't praise security agencies. I hardly. But you see, when somebody is doing something that is not in politics, this is the only IG I have seen. Since 2015, I have had over 15 commissioners of police. They change them per minute per... And that affects the security architecture. Look at the peace we're having in Rivers State today. It's because the security agencies in this state are now apolitical. If not, before, my CP cannot even see me. He will run away. My daughter vessels, they will not see me. It's okay, if I come now, they will transfer me. But this is not the case with the present IG. I hope, sir, you will not change. I hope, sir. You continue this way, I hope that things will improve. And I want your men to utilize this place. And like you said, I don't know whether it is a sickness in police. Anywhere they live, the place should be dirty. IG, I thank you for saying that you will supervise. Look at how clean it is now. I hope when we come back here in the next few months, it will be clean like this. I mean, anywhere you live is your home. If we keep your home clean, wherever you are living, it is your own home. So we want you to continue to keep it the way it is. So that when you come back home, you feel happy that you're living in a good environment. And I think with what IG has said, He will personally supervise it, and I believe he will do so. And I thank you for the work your men and other security agencies are doing in this state. You've done very well to support us in the security of the state. And as Rivers State government, we will continue to partner with all the security agencies for the improvement of security in our dear state. Thank you once more, and reminding you, please go and fulfill the promises you have made. Thank you, and God bless you.
Hands together for His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Rivers State, Chief Nyesom Wike. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I advise that all the persons in front of the VIP should please step aside. We are going to have a ceremonial parade now. I want to ask all the cameramen in front, all the persons standing in front, to please shift to the corners. This is the time for the ceremonial parade that will be performed by the Nigerian police. You will understand the IGP is here. His Excellency, the Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria is here. The police will be at their best today, and they want us to see. Can we please give them space? Cameraman, please, can you give them space? Thank you very much. This is vintage Nigerian police in action. Can we please put our hands together for them? A beautiful and superb parade by the Nigerian police. Can we please put our hands for them? Beautiful parade. Can we please put our hands together for them? Can we please put our hands together for them? Can we please put our hands together for the Nigerian police? I'm sure we are very proud of these sports. Very strategic formation there. Can we please put our hands together for them?
will you allow me to explain what they are doing?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Just tell them to stop.
No.
Can't stop them. Okay. It's not taking too long.
No. If I wanted to do it while they are doing it, I wanted to explain what they are doing. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you are seeing one of the best police forces from the continent of Africa on display. And if you take a very closer look at this parade, you see that the parade consists of both men and women, and that clearly shows how gender sensitive the Nigerian police is. It is a gender inclusive organization and provides level playing field for Nigerian women. What we've just witnessed is the SPU parade formations in different style. The parade commander is clearly marching rather, to take permission from the the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, ably represented by the Vice President. Once that permission is sought and obtained, he will return back to his men, and this probably will signal the end of the parade. A tactical unit that was established The officers are marching out from the parade ground. The SPU stands for the Special Protection Unit. It is one of the tactical units of the Nigerian Police Force, established primarily to provide security, personalized security for high-risk political office holders and individuals. It is designed to also perform multifunctional roles in the internal security architecture of the country. Apart from providing security for high-risk individuals and political office holders, they are also deployed in quelling riots and also dealing with high-security risk situations. And that's why building this kind of barracks will not just serve as a motivational tool, but will also help in making sure that the operational efficiency, particularly when there is need to mobilize them in short distance or in short time, it will be very easy to put these men and women as well as the operational assets together and deploy them to deal with emergency security situations. The people and government of Rivers State are not just going to be the only beneficiaries of this massive edifice. From this beautiful spot we are today, they will be extending their operational services to all the states within the catchment area of SPU Base 6. Once again, we want to thank the President, the Commander-in-Chief, the leadership of the NDDC, as well as the ministry, and of course the host government and people of Rivers State for the warm hospitality we all seen today. My name is C.P. Frankenba. I speak for the Nigerian Police Force.
Thank you very much, sir. Can we please put our hands together for him? Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are gradually coming to the climax of this event, and we are going to hear the presidential address, hear from our own dear President, His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, who will be ably represented in this speech by our own His Excellency Professor Yemi Osinbajo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Grand Commander Order of the Niger, Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Oh, please invite him to speak to Nigerians. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please sit. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, Yesom Ezenwo Wike, Commander of the Order of the Niger. Her Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Rivers State, Dr. Mrs. Ipalibo Gogo Banigo. The Chairman, Senate Committee on Niger Delta Affairs, Senator Peter Nwabushi. Chairman, Senate Committee on Police Affairs, Senator Paulinus Igwe Nwangu. The Chairman, House Committee on Police Affairs, the Right Honorable Usman Bello Kumo. Chairman, House Committee on Niger Delta Commission, the Right Honorable Olubumi Tunji Ojo, and other members of the National Assembly present. The Honorable Minister of the Niger Delta Affairs, Chief Godswill Obot Akpabio, Commander of the Order of the Niger. Honorable Minister of Police Affairs, Mohammed Megari Dingiyadi. The Honorable Minister of State for Niger Delta Affairs, Senator Tayo Alashu Adura. Special Advisor to the President on Political Matters, Senator Babafemi Ojudu. The Inspector General of Police, Mr. Usman Alkali Baba. Interim Administrator and CEO of the NDDC, Mr. Efyong Akwa, and other heads of federal government agencies present. The Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, the Right Honorable Ikunyi Bani, and other members of the State House of Assembly present. Secretary to the State Government of Rivers State, Mr. Tamuno Wenike Danagogo, and other members of the Rivers State Executive and Security Council present. Chairman, Rivers State Council of Traditional Rulers, His Royal Majesty King Dandison Douglas Jaja, the Amanyanabo of Opobo Kingdom, and other traditional rulers present. The Archbishop, Niger Delta Province, Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion, and Bishop of the Diocese of Ikwerre, the Most Reverend Blessing Enyinda, and other religious leaders present. Officers and men of the Nigeria Police Force, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to represent Mr. President, President Muhammadu Buhari, and in a minute I'll be reading his speech. I'm also here to settle the controversy between Governor Yesom Wike and Honorable Minister Godswill Akpabio. We will settle that controversy in a most uncommon way, but I will be disclosing the details of that to them in a moment or two. But Governor Wike, thank you very much for your warm and generous hospitality, not just today, but every time that I've visited the state. Thank you very much indeed. I will be reading in a moment the President's speech, and the speech is everywhere where
I say I, of course I'm not referring to myself, I'll be referring, it is the President who is speaking. Our police force is a crucial component of our law enforcement architecture. They are the civil force, the closest to the people in the various communities. In the past months, we have been undertaking a major reform of the police. First, we believe that we must increase the number of police personnel. So we have set yearly recruitment targets. We are also in the process of re-equipping our personnel, both in personal gear and hardware. An important feature of the reform is accommodation for men and officers. And I have directed that the building of barracks for men and women of the police force should be done in collaboration with the social housing effort of the Family Homes Fund. This will ensure speedy execution of all of the projects and all of the barracks that need to be provided. Funding of the police force remains a huge challenge, which is why we worked with the National Assembly to enact the Police Trust Fund Act. We are looking at other measures to improve funding for the police. Today's event meets two objectives. The first is, it is an important part of our government's efforts to improve the lives and livelihoods of our police officers and men, and is also another important milestone in my administration's pursuit of the peace, prosperity, and development of the Niger Delta. We recognize that establishing adequate security is absolutely integral to the fulfillment of this objective, which is why we have committed significant resources to projects such as we're about to commission. This project, the Special Protection Unit, Base 6 Barracks, was built and donated by the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, to the Nigeria Police Force. It consists of 66 apartments for the accommodation of senior officers of the Special Protection Unit. It also comprises a 5-bedroom commander's quarters, functional office accommodation, a sentry post, guard room with armory, and a parade ground of the Nigeria Police Force built by the Niger Delta Development Commission. It is my understanding that the contract for this building was originally awarded in 2012, but was stalled by a series of delays. We are gratified that it has finally been delivered. This project is important because it is a means by which we can alleviate the accommodation challenges of senior security personnel posted to Rivers State and ultimately enhance the security footprint in the region. The cumulative impact of this and other similar projects will be the improvement of security in the state and the consolidation of the economic and social life of the people of this area. Let me take this opportunity once again to commend the Honorable Minister, the Ministry of Niger Delta Affairs, for providing leadership and resilience amidst mounting challenges and ensuring that projects that have direct impact on the lives of people are prioritized and completed in line with my directives. I also commend the Honorable Minister of Police Affairs and the Inspector General of Police for their hard work and dedication to the repositioning of the police force. The federal government has invested significantly in the NDDC, and we recognize that this outlay of resources must be justified with verifiable projects that will improve the living standards of the people of this region. And as we hand over this facility to the Nigeria Police Force, let me reiterate that without security there will be no development. This is the basis of my administration's commitment to continue to provide various platforms for all the security agencies in the fight against terrorism, banditry, and all forms of criminality. On this note, it is my singular honor and privilege to commission these facilities for the accommodation of the Special Protection Unit of the Nigeria Police Force. And I charge you to ensure that this edifice is properly employed for the benefit of the police force, the men and women of the police force, and the entire people of this state and of our nation. May God bless the Nigeria Police Force. May God bless the peoples of the Niger Delta. May God bless Rivers State. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. May we please put our hands together for His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, President Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, very ably represented and delivered by His Excellency Professor Yemi Osinbajo, Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Can we please put our hands together? Thank you very much.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please may I invite the Honorable Minister of State, Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Senator Omotayo Lasho Adura, for the vote of thanks. Please let's applaud him as he comes. Senator Lasho Adura.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of Nigeria, I want to thank you for speaking before me, because you gave the most robust protocol that we have had here today. And that makes my job very easy. The process of not going into much of protocols anymore. Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo, who is here representing our great leader, His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR. Your Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State and his deputy, Your Excellency, although past, like Governor Wike said, the Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, distinguished Senator Peter Nwoboshi, the Chairman Senate Committee on Niger Delta Affairs, and his colleague, the Chairman of the Police Service Affairs in the Senate. I also wish to recognize the chairman, or the two chairmen of the NDDC in the House of Representatives and that of the police. All other protocols are duly observed. It is my privilege to have been asked to give the vote of thanks on this auspicious occasion of the official commissioning of the Nigerian Police Force Special Protection Unit Barracks in Rivers State. We are grateful to His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, for his total commitment to the region, to the Niger Delta region and its people, and also acknowledge his administration's effort in ensuring peace and stability of the region. We thank His Excellency the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, for coming to represent the President and for his unflinching loyalty and support to Mr. President. I thank His Excellency Governor Nyesom Wike, the Governor of Rivers State, and the members of his cabinet for being a wonderful host. Our profound appreciation also goes to my uncommon minister, brother and colleague, Honorable Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Senator Dr. Gospel Obot Okpabio, CON. Also the interim administrator and CEO, Mr. Effiong Akwa, the management and staff of the Niger Delta Development Commission for making the completion of this project a reality. We equally thank the security agencies for ensuring a peaceful and hitch-free event. I wish on behalf of the Ministry of Niger Delta Affairs and the NDDC to thank our royal fathers here present, the Inspector General of Police, and officers and men of the Nigerian Police Force, the youth, and the press for their cooperation throughout this ceremony. May the Almighty God grant every one of us journey mercies back to our respective destinations. Thank you, and God bless all of us.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister of State, Minister of Niger Delta Affairs. Can we please put our hands together? Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we will take the closing prayers and the national anthem. Before His Excellency, the Vice President will unveil and call the tape. We want to announce and appeal to all of us here present that we will remain on our seats because of the COVID-19 protocols. Only a few persons will escort or follow His Excellencies to unveil and then do the inspection. We don't want anybody to be harassed by any security agency. Please do well to stay back while they do the inspection. After which you have the opportunity to move around and also do your own inspection of the edifice. You want to call? Oh yeah, call this person.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, very respectfully may I invite His Grace, the Most Reverend Dr. Blessing Enyinda, for the closing prayers.
Let us pray. Eternal Father in heaven, we want to yield hearty thanks unto you for directing this occasion. Thank you for all you used to organize and to speak to us. We pray that as we leave here at the end of this occasion, we shall all arrive at our destination safely. Thank you for being with us. We pray in the name of Jesus Christ.
Thank you, Your Grace. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please may we rise for the national anthem. The policeman.
Thank you very much, Your Excellencies. To accompany His Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for the unveiling is His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Rivers State, Chief Nyeso Wike, His Excellency, the Deputy Governor, Dr. Balebohare Badigo. Sorry, sir. All the security persons should please stay behind. His Excellency, the Honorable Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, His Excellency, the Honorable Minister of Police Affairs, the Inspector General of Police, His Excellency, the Honorable Minister of State Niger Delta Affairs, the Interim Administrator, CO, NDDC. Please, we want to appeal that other persons should please stay back so they are not by any way harassed by the police. Thank you very much. We want to appeal to our guests to please sit down. We'll have light refreshment. Just sit down so you will be attended to. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for the waiting, and may God bless us all.
Don't worry.